Well, we're about a week away after the occurrence of the Commanders and Lions game. But man, no one expected the Lions to be one and done, maybe except for some Packer fans. But other than that, no one expected it. Let's talk football. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Round Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the Detroit Lions. After having one of their most memorable seasons in their recent history, they had the best record, one of the best records coming out of the NFC, and tied the best record in the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs. But their season came to a fast exit as they lost 45-31 against the Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels. But everyone was literally shocked from this, including most people. But Packer fans are very familiar with this because the Lions are only the second team in NFC history to have over 15 wins and go one and done in the first round, which was the Green Bay Packers. They had 15 wins, they had the number one seed, but they got eliminated right off the next round. But the question is, who is to blame for the Lions' early exit? Is it Jared Goff and the turnovers, or is it the Lions' defense? So I'm going to talk about this here in just a second. But before we get started, if you all do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's get this thing started. So the Lions, of course, we all know their two defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, went to the Jets, and Ben Johnson went to the division rival Bears. So those are going to be very interesting situations. But those are, of course, other stories for another day. But the Lions, I'm looking at that game. I've watched highlights of it throughout the week, trying to figure out what actually went down. The main reason I think that this happened was because of the defense. The injuries were starting to mount. We thought that Dan Campbell could help lead this team to a championship, regardless of the injuries that they had, but apparently that was not the case. The defense is primarily to blame. I know people are going to look at the turnovers, but the Lions' defense could not stop the cold. They could not stop Jaden Daniels or that run that they were constantly bringing up there. The Lions, I have a massive respect for the Detroit Lions, and I'm very sad to see this happen to the Lions. But this is kind of what happens. Two teams that get this type of record, unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs. But this team of the Detroit Lions, we were looking at their offense saying that their offense is fine. It's the defense that we have questions about. Some weeks of the year, we saw that they were doing fine, even with the injuries that they had. But now the Bears pretty much have the same amount of playoff wins as every other team in the NFC North, which we all expected the entire NFC to run through the North because all the teams in there were looking really good. Apparently that's not the case. The Lions, they got a lot of big time questions because they got an offensive coordinator to replace, they got a defensive coordinator to replace. It's going to be a very interesting offseason for Dan Campbell and the Lions. But I'm not expecting them to take a slight plummet. I'm not expecting them to take a massive plummet, but this could hurt them because Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson are two of the best coordinators that I've ever seen personally. But Dan Campbell's got a lot of work on his shoulders. The Lions have a lot of ground to make up, and the Lions can get back to the NFC Championship sooner rather than later. All right, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think who do you guys think was the blame for the Lions' downfall? Was it the Lions' offense and Jared Goff, or was it the Lions' defense? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.